I just had to make a video just to make sure that people are aware that this channel does exist. It still exists. Yes, it's barely used these days. I get it. It's for reasons that I won't go into, but well, it's not for bad reasons, so I'll just give you a clue there. Nonetheless, there are individuals who still keep my name in their mouth. And I'm talking about you, Mr. Buttermilk Biscuit, Mr. sounding like he's a character off South Park, Mr. Anderson. No, I'm just kidding. Ever Anderson. Shout out to him. And actually referencing what he actually, he coined it, but I'm going to explain it on what exactly is take it or leave it swag. And it's quite simple. I can elaborate it. I can just say all these examples, make up all these rules, and make an industry out of or take it or leave it swag, and try to make myself some sort of dating coach from it, but I just don't have the time to do that. So, in short, take it or leave it swag is you working on yourself, being the best you can be. Be all you can be in the army, like they say in the 90s. Yeah. Doing your best to be the best, to be in your purpose, to be selected, join the elite. Oh, those videos aren't getting views, huh? Okay, all right, we'll see about that. But yeah, knowing that there is a risk that you may not get the results you want. See, a lot of these guys, you see, like Pantless Risen, look, and he made a video today. Shout out to him. And no, that's not the reason why I'm making a video, because he did it. All right. Nonetheless, a lot of guys are afraid to have a take it or leave it swag because a lot of them see it as, at the very least, a waste of time, and at the very worst, a risk to their supposed supply of snoo. Now, I'm targeting this towards individuals who, quite frankly, are still clinging on to the hood swag image like we're in the 90s to 2000s. Now, the 1990s was great. It was a great decade, but that's when a lot of this stuff really got out of hand. In the 2000s, I mean, really, who wants to go back there, honestly? But nonetheless, take it or leave it. That's how you got to operate these days. And I'm not saying take it or leave it as in the sense of you just doing nothing to improve your life, you just being a slob, you just acting like how the mainstream media allows a lot of the opposite gender to act like and get away with it and tell them they're big and beautiful, or body positivity or any of that foolishness. No, you got to resist the urge to be mediocre. And that's not for anyone except for yourself. But the take it or leave it swag, in principle, well, it comes down to this. And before I get to what it comes down to, imagine in football, right? You have various fouls, one of which is a false start, in which the offense moves right before the whistle, right? Then you have, or actually before the ball snapped, excuse me, before the whistle. But before the ball is snapped, right? Somebody on the offensive line moves, causing a false start. And the opposite, before the ball snaps on the defense, when somebody moves beforehand, it's called an offsides. But when you have the defense moving, which causes the offense to, the defense doing an offsides, which causes the offense to go, it causes a false start, it's called a neutral zone infraction. And then you have just the defense just pouncing on the offense, called an encroachment. A lot of these guys out here, a lot of the brothers, unfortunately, and some brothers from other mothers, they are committing all sorts of neutral zone infractions, or actually, basically, all sorts of neutral zone infractions are being created, and it's actually created, technically in this case, by the opposite gender, but nonetheless, you are letting these women determine what's a man. That's the thing. The women will do the offside, and you'll do the movement, And then it causes all sorts of neutral zone infractions all day. Imagine a game where half of the plays end up as off neutral zone infractions or even encroachments, wherein the woman is just pouncing on you. And it's look, what I'm saying is this: a lot of you all determining or having these women affect how you feel, either when it comes to self-esteem or what it means to be a man. A lot of the opposite gender, and it's not even decent women from the opposite gender, it's the damn daggles. It's these strags. It's these bad girls. It's these hot girls, summer girls. It's these city girls who are trying to tell you what it means to be a man. Or in some cases, just not calling you a man outright from the beginning. Disqualifying you from ever being able to be seen as a man. And that's the problem. And this is why I'll definitely agree with Edward when he says a lot of these guys see their masculinity through the eyes of that woman. And that is where a lot of guys screw up. And I'm not even here to criticize the guys at this point, because we've all done it. We've all been there. I've been there, believe it or not. Well, I'm sure some of you can probably believe that, but nonetheless, take it or leave it swag comes down to this. You don't give a damn about what anyone is. You don't give a damn about what anyone says about you in general, but you definitely don't give a damn about what anyone says. I'm just gonna say it's any broad says about you and your manlyhood. That's the problem. A lot of these guys define their masculinity either on how much snoo they get, or even how much accolades they get, how much attaboys they get, how much, hey, you're a good boy. You want to dance? You want to be a monkey? You want to be a swag hack? You want to sound like this? You want to sag your pants? You want to do all that stuff? Look, that's the issue, and that's essentially the antithesis of take it or leave it swag. Take it or leave it swag involves focusing in on you and doing you, whether it's making big bank at your job, getting mad skills, trades, college, military, I don't care. It doesn't matter. As long as those are skills which will pay the bills. And the bills, meaning the bills that you create and that are for you. And if you decide to have any woman, she has to accept that take it or leave it swag. See, I still see it this very day, especially with my generation, millennials, who are still trying to, for some reason, hold on to this bastardization of what it means to be a man. This hoodification of what it means to be a man. And as if these guys don't see or haven't seen examples of family members, friends, people around the way, acquaintances, whatever, the TV, movies. Since a lot of these brothers want to believe in movies so much as if they're not, well, actually some of these are art imitating life imitating art, who knows. But nonetheless, if you want to take all those, right? Take what you see in social media of a lot of brothers and a lot of brothers and mothers who try to fit the swag of what they think some sort of broad wants, particularly a broad who doesn't like them, never has liked them, never will like them, not genuinely, will never have that burning desire as a lot of people demand and think they deserve, right? They don't even listen to the opinion of chicks and women who at least respect them or at least will cooperate with them. They'll listen to individuals, they'll listen to these daggles, they'll listen to these strags, bad girls, or bad, whatever. Oh, these kind of, bro, city girls, fill in the name. Lovely ladies. The list goes on. These average at best, bro. Doesn't matter. And their opinions shouldn't matter. Quite frankly, it's quite sad to see what manhood has become. And a lot of that, you can't even blame on the women. Because men, particularly American men, have decided, as a group, we can't decide anything else. We can't decide to come together and put our ethnic differences aside and just be men. But we all did decide, either consciously or subconsciously, that we were going to refer to the opposite gender on what it means to be a man. And that, if you can see through that, then you're on your way to having a take it or leave it kind of swag. Now, I'm going to say this, that women shouldn't rely on men to see what it's like to be women, or to know what it's like to be women, or how to be women, I should say. I'll say that as well. This isn't just some one-sided channel where we're going to tear down women and boost up men. No. Women, you got, or girls, or young ladies, you're going to have to look up to real women to see what it is like to be a woman. And if they're not around you, then, well, you have the internet. I mean, you have the internet, people. Not social media, but the internet. There's a difference. And I might differentiate that in a future video. But take it or leave it swag is when you don't give a damn about impressing anybody else in order to get yours. And we know what we're talking about in that sense. Everyone else out there will always bet on X.